Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome everyone to another 7th Rangers Regiment Saturday night event. Tonight we have Operation Remembrance. Throw up a little infographic for you guys. This event's going to be loosely based off of our scenario. Today's teams are going to be Canadian Armed Forces and the Canadian Resistance Forces. You guys another infographic so you can see what to expect today. For the first stage of this event, Canadian Armed Forces is going to be having their final stand on Orange Objective over here to the east on military housing. They're going to get their initial spawn, and from there will be no additional spawns. This team will be rewarded based off of how long they can hold this objective. After that first 20-minute stage, the fighting will shift to the green and purple objectives. There will be M121 mortar trucks set up in the green objective, and the objective will be to destroy those, pretty much. Meanwhile, there will be a radio and hab set up on purple objective up on hilltop, and destroy that radio. 2-round event today. We should see both teams get a chance on both factions. Without further ado, see what we're dealing with. Right, as we got calf spawning in, taking up defensive positions, we see him digging down that admin spawned hab floating in the air.
They're trying their best, you know.
And there will be no respawns for the Canadian Armed Forces defending military housing. See the Air Force bringing in reinforcements via heli.
I need to go there.
Buttery smooth landings here.
I would have just like.
Looks like Canadian Armed Forces have opted to place their radio on the very top fourth floor. This military housing building.
So this floor and the one above it?
Yeah. Try to go
Like,
like middle, no window. Yeah, like this room.
only one way up here. That is going to be that is going to be a fight. Look forward to it.
Phase 2, right?
It's like CRF is making use of a drone, trying to spot that radio so they have a clear, defined objective to push for. Really smart play. It'd take them absolutely forever. They try to just systematically, floor by floor, house by house, this entire compound. Just like that, admin calls phase 2 live. CRF will begin their assault. Looks like CRF is opting for the northern and western push. With a full squad on the east, actually. Now, the Achilles heel for the Canadian Armed Forces, again, is no response on military barracks. They will have to keep that in mind as they defend this point. In my experience, push out a little too far, you get somewhere where a medic can't get to you, you're pretty much done for. So there's going to have to be a lot of coordination down to the squad and even the fire team level. Pushing in groups and staying in cover. So if you do get downed, you'll be a fairly easy casualty to recover. So what we're actually seeing here is CRF is taking almost like a three-pronged attack through the wood lines, with the main concentration of forces coming in from the north and west, utilizing tree cover and that micro terrain, with another squad in the reserve coming in on the east side. Now, I don't know if that eastern push was meant to be more concealed, almost like a sneak in after the northern and western pushes get found, but it seems like we have contact all over at the moment. Zenobia, the Lone Ranger, holding down this entire building on the east side. Zenobia finally goes down. CRF is coming out, making excellent use of their light armor. Just trying to keep the heads down of everyone defending the eastern side of this base. Being careful not to get too close so they're not susceptible to light anti-tank. As soon as I say that, they make a close push and instantly get fired upon by lads, but luckily they miss. Respond with some firepower of their own. Looks like CRF is starting a southwestern push, making, again, excellent use of micro-terrain cover and concealment. Got a lone 50 cal just dumping rounds into the southern point, southern part of this objective. Fear my stick holding it down. Ours seems to be the first CRF to make it to the outskirts of this objective, followed closely by Sergeant Jeds and who do we have down here? User. Though CAF does have the high ground advantage, I don't think they're noticing these guys sneak right in.
I hear one inside.
Looks like we have a three-man team that have successfully penetrated the west side. Let's see if David notices him behind him. Does not. CRF is going to take and clear this building. CRF's also making some headway on the eastern side. They've got Bezo and Sater made it into that building that Zenobia was previously holding. Zenobia's taken up a slightly different angle on this southern warehouse. Looks like it's working out so far for him. Jed's user on Mars, heavy contact with CAF.
I'm suppressing him out of ammo.
I got him in right in front of me north.
Able to take out Cowboy and Moosey.
I'm not aggressive. I'm not aggressive.
Close.
Mars with a close kill on Katzmer.
Down.
Sweepo's able to clean up Mars.
Cover me.
From way downtown, peeking the window angle.
Get in the fucking building, dude. What the fuck?
User
Yeah.
seems to have not just been killed by Alan, but also maybe a game bug. It says he couldn't get through the doorway. And it looks like Jed's was also taken down by potentially Leroy, so that's going to kill progress they got on the western side of military barracks. Bezo and Sade are holding down every inch of ground they've taken thus far. C-Dub is not having it. C-Dub smokes Sater and Bezo.
I couldn't get my nade down.
Looks like Bezo was going for the grenade play, but could not get it out in time. Just like that, CRF is wiped out of the eastern and western pushes. Wow, but what's this? Castro and Beto have also sneaked in. Snuck in.
They got a fucking sandbag on top. First floor is cleared. I'm gonna need backup to push upstairs.
Now CRF obviously has the advantage because there's just so many angles they can push in from. And they obviously have the respawn advantage. CAF is doing an amazing job picking up their casualties and holding what they have, but we might start to see them suffer as time goes on. Start to lose personnel one by one that they can't revive.
Just hit buttons until you find it.
Odin is the next brave soul to test the eastern side of military barracks. Thoroughly convinced somebody's on that roof. They are not. Novia's just under him. Let's see if they notice. We have here True. Able to keep Zenobia behind that wall. Zenobia with a beautiful airburst grenade that takes out Odin on the staircase. C-Dub gets the first shot, but Odin able to take him out. Like Xeno with another airburst grenade was able to damage True, but not quite enough for bandage. This eastern push is kind of dying out. They may be shifting strategies. Right back up on the north and western push. Northern push is finally starting to see some success as they're getting up to the borders of the wall. Harry 6-incher and Stature on Shadow. Southern push has also reached the outer barrier, military barracks.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
Sater has managed to sneak in all by his lonesome, undetected.
They're getting real close.
Mugglesnot's also been able to sneak up into some defilade. Drew's been able to get up to Odin and recover the body. Modern spots them both.
Wow, I just saw a
Takes him out with the saw.
teammate.
Sater spots C-Dub, tags him once.
There's one right
Yo,
around
who's in
Charlie
here with me?
That was a nade. Oh, C-Dub's about where I got into it.
Copy.
Just barely dodges that grenade.
Gotcha.
He's in the window.
C-Dub with an excellent call out. He knows exactly where he is. Conveys that intel to his
I feel like
teammates.
I'm duck hunting.
What for?
Dragon.
Yo, where's medic at? Where you at?
I'm coming.
My man's gonna pop a nade. Might get some friendly fire.
Crazy.
Maybe not.
One's there.
Again, just barely.
Get on my face.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
still
here.
up here.
He's here.
That
He's
guy
on
deals
the
me.
far north side of the building.
Better have one of you.
Sater's gonna smartly reposition
Second
after
floor,
every
north side.
kill. He knows what he's doing.
Watch this window. He's in there. Just north of us.
Got a mortar barrage coming in.
And you're right.
I counted about 3 to 5 kills off that mortar barrage. Or ammo crate goes down as well. Meantime, it seems Sater
Direct hit by the coyote. Holy shit.
went down. Coyote is now causing
Two
trouble
cross
for the CAF. Playing duck hunt through the windows of these apartment buildings.
I don't know. We're just kind of getting points and kind of getting.
Caribbean Finest are going to reposition before an AT can get a lock in their position. Like we've got a Fire Team Plus pushing this one building on the north side. Blako and Carry Out taking up defensive positions on the staircase.
Yeah, when
We got people close, boys. People
Somebody's
close,
yeah,
running
somebody's
inside.
just ran past.
TRF also has a couple stragglers pushing in on the northwest side as well as the far west, but another Fire Team Plus making entry. TRF is just not trying the staircase on this building. I think they know it's going to happen.
why is there so many?
Vox takes out Fuzzball from the 4th floor.
There's so many on the left side. They overrated me.
CAF was able, as the admin calls out, to successfully defend that radio. And with that, phase 3 is called. If you look back to the TAC map, all personnel should abandon military barracks, and the fight will now be between the southern island and the hilltop. Now there should be a CRF radio placed somewhere within this boundary. They will have mortar trucks somewhere within this southern boundary. Canadian Armed Forces' whole objective here is to destroy the mortar trucks and sending radio. Now, Hilltop is a really hard point to push. It's simply put, there's starters, it's high ground. Let's see if we can get the topographic map up. Hilltop is just high ground with whole valley surrounding the western side, the southern side, and the eastern side, as well as the dip between the other high points to the south. A little bit of buffering. There we go. So CIF will definitely have to keep that in consideration as they push this objective. Most pushes I see on this objective are highly successful when they push in from this thick tree line just straight east. Obviously it's downhill, it's quite literally an uphill battle, but there's just so much cover and concealment to utilize as you're pushing up. Southern push is quite literally a slaughter because it's just open terrain all through the southern side. Completely open. The MG emplacements or any even bipoded machine gunners will just have a field day. Eastern side, pretty much the same thing there. But set all that to the side, and we will see how CAF decides to attack this. You see CRF wasted 0 time getting off the military barracks. On down here and see what's going on. CAF has also wasted no time. CRF has opted to just get a little bit of a frame loss I apologize for those of you watching at home. Oof. CRF has opted to just absolutely barricade these mortar trucks in. I almost thought they'd try to keep them out in the open and actually utilize them. Speaking of utilize, Slate is going to hop on the actual cow to help defend. A nice walled compound with the majority of the approaches already sectioned off. I don't think you can vault this wall, so they'll either have to jump on each other's shoulders or find an actual opening in the barricades. CRF Coyote's able to make a half helo wave off. He's trying to get a, looks like a personnel resupply. Unsuccessful in that endeavor. Well, let's go check on the north. It's that hilltop objective we were talking about. As you can see, that southern push is just barren wasteland. Absolutely no cover or concealment to speak of. It's like an MG bunker CRF is placed. Yeah, that is a beautiful MG bunker. That covers the entire southern approach. We see, as I was talking about as well, that western side, all the trees and rocks and down trees and everything, which kind of extends up to the north even. I think CRF understands and expects that, so they've really got a lot of personnel, a few scouts onioned out to the north and west side to almost meet that contact head on rather than catch it once the assault has been formed and begun. Seen an excellent onion defense actually all the way over to the north and northeastern side. See maybe a little bit more dispersion to cover some more ground, but overall this looks amazing. Fortunately, there's not really much of a mystery where the radio or the hab's going to be on this point, because there's no real cover or concealment to speak of other than just the little base here in the middle. Really all we got. At least the hab, you know, blends in with whatever terrain the ground is, so it'll be a little harder for helos to spot. Again, the radio in the only position that really has any overhead cover. CAF has not made an attempt on Hilltop just yet. Looks like they might be focusing their forces on these mortar trucks. Mando and Jordan Belfort are having a fun time up here on the northeastern side. Border defense. Looks like the Cass Helos found themselves a tow vehicle. It's absolutely destroying that thing. Logansby finally succumbs to his injuries. Ovuk's a little stuck. It's going to take a little bit of effort to get that out of there. See if the cast comes back to finish that off entirely. A tank? Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a leopard in play. Crewed by none other than Wrecker and Tex Assassin.
That way, good.
So we have a face-hugging armor fight. I think that Lab 6 wins this one, which is the higher health points, or hit points. They do. Coyote's more of a recon vehicle. He just doesn't quite have the armor. Or the health pool that the Lab 6 does. Lab 6 is often revered as one of the best IVs in the game, actually, aside from the ZBL. Of all the Lab variants, it just has some of the best armor, highest hit points. It's like he got engined out of that engagement, so he's got to crew him out to repair, and they'll be on their way. Meantime, Merc seems to single-handedly be causing some trouble for the Leopard here, making use of his trusty four-wheeler. Probably one of the best hat players we have in the community. Merc single-handedly takes out an entire Leopard. That's going to hurt CAF. A little smack talk. Merc doing what he does best and murking enemy armor. Meanwhile, CF seems to have focused almost all their forces on the...
How many retards does it take to screw in a rifle?
Don't dig down this one.
Quite a few, JC, quite a few.
Point to dig that one down.
All three of us. Keep doing it.
Alright, it's on fire. Get the fuck up out of
It's
there.
on fire. Aren't there two of them?
Aren't there two of them? Sure are, right behind the first one.
We lit this fucking
As I said, it seems like CEF has decided to focus the majority of their forces on the southern objective, rather than split their forces on both objectives, and I do think that was the smart move. Jin wasn't about to go down without a fight. He was able to take at least 3 CAF with him before he goes down. Seems like we got a lot of chiefs and not enough Indians on the southern objective. Everybody seems to have the plan, but nobody wants to stick to one and follow it. Now that said, they have destroyed half the Mortarviks.
Does it ever go away? Good luck. I don't have any bar ammo.
I got it in my bag.
Shots down. I'm at the Pushing ammo bag on.
CRF is sending an entire squadron on the southeast side to try to save this last Vic and the radio. We'll see if they can get there in time. As William Wallace loads his next AT rocket. He's able to put that second mortar truck on full fire. Just don't think CRF's going to get to it in time. Too little too late as CF is able to take down both M121s on the southern objective. I'm not too certain if the radio on this objective matters or if it was just placed to keep the trucks from despawning over time. Looks like the objective's been complete. Speed, right on cue, is able to come in and mobilize an entire infantry squad with the heli. And with the admin call, southern objective's been captured and is no longer in play. We'll see how CAF decides to employ this squad. Taking some rounds from a coyote. Speed's keeping it nice and low to the ground. Able to get behind some tree cover. He's taking it back to Maine. Is that what's going on here? Seems like they're just RTB, possibly to pick up a vehicle or something. Back over to Hilltop. And lots of dead bodies on the north side. What happened while we were gone? A CAF squad got entirely wiped on the north side. Must have gotten spotted right as they tried to push across this open terrain. Slate taking command of this CRF team's barking orders, getting all this defenses placed, ready for a last stand of their own.
Direct fire shelter on top.
Slate's been in the game for a while. He definitely knows what he's doing. What we're not seeing here, which is a good thing, is just the great Hesco Wall of China. Hesco Wall after Hesco Wall completely phased together with no openings, kind of like we see here for a small length. You'll often see that in the pub matches quite a bit, and it's just a whole wall, and you would think, yeah, that's great, nothing's getting through there. But what that does is it kind of locks the defenders in position and doesn't allow you to see out or engage out. It allows the enemies to get right up to that Hesco wall, you know, without contest, more or less. So, in comparison, what you're seeing here is, you know, some nice stretches of Hesco walls denying areas and kind of creating funnels so the enemy is more tempted to push through those open areas. We also have gaps for some bunkers, some MG emplacements. You can see here are already coming in effective as they're able to get eyes on enemy helicopters. Tow emplacement up on the rock. Very exposed, but could be very effective as well. Barton looks like he's scanning for targets, not seeing anything just yet. Surprisingly, CAF has opted to take the southern approach for starters. I'm not quite sure why they did that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they know something I don't. Doran and Manor not rolling in the Coyote. by some close IFV support for their infantry. As I said earlier, that 50 cal bunker in just the best position, completely covering the southern approach. Augmented with a second 50 cal bunker in another some amazing position. They're able to coordinate their mags as well, so one's able to fire while the other's reloading. This is just some beautiful coordination and teamwork. CRF was able to repel this southern calf assault to behind the hill, force them to take cover from those 50 cal placements. Wow. Looks like a squad pushes down to just east of that position, trying to flush them out. We have an old 4-to-1 standoff with Habibi. Habibi spots Grammar. Spots Walter too. BB just holding on for dear life as backup approaches from the east.
Absolutely.
Eli is able to take out Habibi with the sidearm. Point, holding down the point. One-man wrecking crew posted up by Rock. His weapon of choice is the SKS with the red dot. Seems like Oni's sneaking up on him, not quite sure where he is. Spots him. Seems like Calf tried another northern push, which was once again unsuccessful. These guys are just getting caught with their pants down as they try to cross this open field. CRF seems to have another half a squad penned down to the southwest of the objective. Fear all by his lonesome, his 50 cal Vic happens into the Coyote, or the Lap 6 correction, with C-Dub and Bags, who make quick work of that light Vic. Fox going on a little Sunday drive in his Land Rover, just heading to the grocery store. There's a lot of storage space in there, you can fit a lot of groceries. Seems like Vox almost takes some ATGM on his Sunday's drive. Promptly puts it in third gear and gets out of there. A mortar barrage has been called out to the southwest. Fortunately, it's only going to take out... Well, technically, they're already dead. It's only going to take out one enemy. Looks like Finest and Kirby were able to take out that Tovik, one man by Zenobia, from way downtown. Oh. We have some frame loss again. Sorry about that. Seems like another toe's been fired. Definitely hit C-Dub in bags. It was Jordan Belfort with the toe Humvee. Caused Bags and C-Dub to have to RTB for repairs.
Uncle Sam is coming for you.
I'll zoom out and get a look at the bigger picture. Half has their forces spread out across the entire eastern, southern parts of this objective. Not sure if they're just not coordinating a push or if they're just CRF's doing such a good job at defending or what, but unless we see any drastic changes, I don't think they're going to take the CRF point. Looks like they're also starting a northern push. The full squad. And with Vikings able to take down Lorenzo. Hopefully under the cover of smoke. It's like Moist and Allen are able to recover. Sater running out in the open. It's a miracle he's not been spotted yet. Well, I guess he is behind a hill, isn't he? Jay Snow and Murder Weasel defending this northern side. Jay Snow goes down to a well-aimed grenade. Sater's been spotted as well.
Don't worry about it.
Correction, Sater friendly fired by Odin. Like they're quite literally stabbed in the back. Let's see if this squad sneaks past Murder Weasel. Murder Weasel not even turning around. Murder Weasel finally turning around. Maybe hear Moist bring it up the rear. Let's see if he catches Amsel. Shirley's gonna call him out. No, he doesn't. Or maybe he does. Murder Weasel shoots the driver out of the lodgy.
Close north.
Takes a grenade. And is immediately finished off by Amsel. Could be a speedy recovery for Calf on this northeastern side. What have we here? Full squad of Calf has managed to sneak into the objective. Rangers and North Viking making use of the CRF indirect fire shelter. They're then calmed out by weaponized. North Viking runs right into some barbed wire. Promptly taken out by Jay Snow, but surely he hears and calms out the enemy radio. Possibly even the hab location.
Indirect bunker, guys.
Enemy AC-130 overhead. Nebula and Wood Daddy just rained down minigun fire from the skies. Talk about danger close. That minigun fire's even hitting some friendlies.
Let's go. Good to you. Good show.
CRF steals a a CAF love Range Rover, Land Rover, using their own tech against them.
That's that.
Wrecker and Tex providing a little bit of distant fire support. CW with bags coming in on the south side with some even closer fire support. See if there's any AT in this squad. Looked like Fuzzball with a lat hit. Like we were talking about earlier, these Haskell walls are a bit of a double-edged sword, and it seems like the only real successful push from CAF was from the direction of the Haskell walls. They were able to use them as a barrier between themselves and the defenders to get up to the cap. As we talked about earlier, these Haskell walls really are a double-edged sword. You have to be careful about how you employ them. After repelling that initial assault, CRF made a few adjustments, even pulled up the stolen Land Rover. They're just absolutely pinning down this CAF squad to the northeast in this tree line. What a shot. I think that was Lenny. A 300-meter shot hits Wrecker and Tex in the lap 6, who are now loading on the magic carpet ride. I don't know what's going on over there. But what a hit. It's going to cause them to have to RTB. Lenny is another one of our best hack kit players we have over here in the community. I think we saw in the last Saturday event, he alone was able to take out, I think, what, 2 ZBLs on Al-Basra. Of course, we did have a lat steal his kill there at the very end, but we're not going to talk about that. You know what they say, offense is the best defense, so CRF has switched from defending to assaulting through the enemy position. Some combined arms action going on. We've got 2 coyotes rolling by. Coyotes not only suppressing, but are able to kill a few. Look at that. That is a full squad wipe on the northeast. Once CRF made that adjustment, there was just no getting past that open field. I think we got some heavy contest down here to the southwest as well. Seems to be a lot of fighting over this building, which, at least in my opinion, serves no real strategic advantage. It seems like a false objective to be fighting over. Carry out just barely misses Jordan and Mando in the Coyote. Meanwhile, Mongo flying in with the CH-146. I'm not quite sure what he's doing here. He's not dropping anyone off. He's not picking anyone up. Oh, you know what? That was a resupply. It was a radio resupply.
Not getting a computer. Guys, I can't believe my drivers are updated.
So, it looks like the CAF have more or less settled on a two-pronged approach. The majority coming through this tree line to the northeast, and seems like they have a radio tucked away somewhere to the south that they're pushing through that tree line. A lot of fighting and contest over this this building we see here. And then again, this tree line seem to be pushing down in the tree line, and they're just getting caught up in this open field. So I'm interested to see how they adjust, or if they just kind of keep throwing bodies at the point until something works. But as we see, just a 3-man squad. Lenny, Jungle Snot, and True were able to hold down this tree line. Then he spots the entire squad. Takes down North Viking from about 200 to 300 meters out.
Getting more out far.
Comment it to his friendlies and local, so make the adjustments. We'll make a correction on the TAC map if I can. Kinda shifted their assault. Come across this open field and maybe make use of the smaller open area where they spend more time in cover and concealment. But Lenny, Jungle, and True are just continuing to push out with that aggressive defense. True gets spotted by Ghost 6 and just gets one tap to the dome. Lenny avenges True. See if he's able to pick him up as well. Allen. That open field push. I think he spots Jungle, but Jungle spots Allen. Jungle not quite to get rounds on target, but he does get that suppressive fire out that causes Allen to have to retreat in the cover. And then Kratos with the Timberwolf out of nowhere. Guess he was right here the whole time, wasn't he? Hear a mortar barrage coming in. Correction, that's just in-placed mortars. I'm no genius, but it might be Motherland back here. No? Jaeger, maybe? Is that you? No? Oh, of course. Got Delta 9 on the mortar emplacement. He's got good natural cover on 3 sides from rock and plate. But by rocks. Let's see how those rounds are landing. I don't know if that's enemy counter mortar. That's Delta hitting his own guys. Let's see if they've got a placement up here somewhere. I'm not seeing any mortar emplacements. Again, Cav is just holding up in this 2-story building down to the southwest. So I'm not quite sure what the strategy is.
Out of bandages if anyone has bag.
Looks like they have successfully started a massive push on the northwest side of objective. It's like 2 whole squads plus, actually. Got 21 people here. This is kind of that push we were talking about when we were looking at the TAC map, just making use of all these trees and rocks and micro terrain. Just slowly push up and pick them off one by one. Casper's able to take out Jay Snow. Got Pancake hurt. He's making the push. I think he knows he's hurt. Pancake actually gets saved. At least it comes to his injury shortly after. Bags and C-Dub just going with the Medal of Honor push right up to the objective on the north side. Not much infantry there for them to hit. Let's get down here so you guys can see what this looks like.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Turn off our stencils and you can really start to see what the players are dealing with. You just can't really see much of anything with all these tree cover and the heavy foliage. That's a mortar barrage. Slate gets, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kills right off the bat with that one. Absolutely amazing mortar barrage. Mortar replacement, Rick comes back in. I think he's dialing in. He is dialing in on the radio and had replacement. He pushes those mortars up about 20, 30 meters. He'll be hitting the hab directly. That could spell some serious trouble for the CRF defending this objective. A tank shell. Oh, holy frames. I would put my texture quality down to medium, but last time I did that mid-game, it just crashed. And I don't want to do that to you guys. We will suffer it out. Hopefully it recovers. And spot that tank in the meantime. I know a prime spot sitting up here. Oh, he's exactly there. What can I say? It's a good spot. Evil Monkey made a little one-man crawl up to the objective, but he eventually gets spotted. It's like Wrecker's finally able to take out Jordan and Mando Knot and Cody.
Appreciate you.
Goose Bay is probably one of the only maps I really get performance issues with. You can see here there's probably 2 whole squads pushing this northwest side, but if we take it down and see what the defenders can see, there's Can't see much of anything, actually. Whoever that was with an amazing AT shot on the Cass heli was able to get finished off by Great Hunter, it looks like, on the 50 cal. I'm just gonna call it index. Take a quick look at the scoreboard. So we had Great Hunter with 31 downs. Buzzball with 20. Satyr with 21. Both Lenny and Bebe with 20 as well. Jed's 21. Finest with 21 downs. A BB with 19 downs on the calf side. Community Chest with 15. David with 18. Wrecker with 42 and 4 vehicle kills in that LAV 6. Casimir Kratos with 11 and 12 each. Now, teams are going to switch side, and we're going to see how both teams learn from the mistakes and successes of each other. It's going to look like for round 2. Just going to clear up the map a little. Now it looks like CRF is going to get points, possibly even rewards for holding that hilltop objective, while CAF will also get objectives, or correction, rewards and points for holding that eastern objective. I'm interested to see the buffs or debuffs that each team gets for this second match. So once again, that first objective is going to be military housing, military barracks. I forget the name. You get the gist. That first team's going to spawn in as CAF. Once they get all the bodies spawned in, they're going to have to dig down their own hub and fight with what they have. I'm pretty sure they can still get, ammo crate, heli resupplies, etc. But that is about it. And getting back over here to the match, as we see the hab activate, we're just going to see a million people spawn in. Scatter like ants. I will take the lull in the action as an opportunity to tell you guys that if you like what you're seeing tonight and on our other Saturday night events and you'd like to be a part of it, all you got to do is join the Discord and request an interview at discord.gg/7th Rangers. Don't be a stranger, join the Rangers. Always accepting new players. We'll pull up attack Mac. Seems like CRF is going to take a slightly different approach this time. They're going to be wrong color. They're going to be pushing up primarily just from the south. If they have squads staged up slightly to the east and west, as well as straight down the center. It's like a spearhead kind of attack, just sending everyone at one primary point focus, try to break through the enemy lines.
Serpentine.
Just immediately a 240 opens up on an entire squad to the southeast.
Gun down. Reload it.
Ogensby just destroys, I don't know, five or six enemies there. Couldn't tell you what from, possibly destroying a Vic.
Just drag us back, Hunter, again.
We see that spearhead attack coming in like we talked about. David leading the charge from the squad, probably taken down by Harry's 6-incher. Takes out Capital Chaos as well. Doug is the first one over the wall. This ball is able to take out Leroy and Sweepo, which is a nasty ankle with the roof. Maydex gets folded like a chair by Slate. Like Doug might have got screwed over there by the bulletproof truck, I guess. Grambon and Smooth are all that's left of the southern main push. Celtic Conman and Kami do make it in on the southeastern side. sure Slack spots Grandma from the 4th floor of that apartment building. Meanwhile, Foofy and William Wallace are able to join the rest of their fire team on this eastern
4
wall.
or 5.
Oh, yeah, I was wait. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was still up. Man takes out your boy Tan. I think he might be the last one standing from this southeastern push.
Fucking bitch.
Celtic's still up. Jungle Snot runs right up on him. No mercy.
Oh, I'm here.
If you prone, yeah.
Conman's still fighting alone up here. Looks like the southwestern push seen quite some success. We got almost an entire squad that's breached the southwestern boundaries of this objective. Southern push is making their way back in as well with Kappa Chaos, Duck, David, and Sweepo. They're running right past Harry. Harry lets Sweepo pass. Not David, though. Madex and Leroy notice.
Fucking close. I got shot from below.
Modern's the last man standing, attacking this objective. Out goes the nade. Otter just moves the worst timing on bipods if he gets stuck in animation there. Checking back out on the southwestern side. An entire squad converging on this one building.
Hey, infantry close.
Let's play it off.
Looks like somebody else got screwed over by a door.
There you go.
Alright, I will hold. No, I mean,
got
yeah,
you.
door frame, don't fucking door.
Door frame,
Yeah,
don't
you can
door,
just
yes.
jump through.
I guess the door frame don't
I-
door. You heard it here first,
Go ahead,
folks.
let me try again.
Yes, sir,
Where you
Stito.
go,
I'm gonna
yes.
get back up in that window and get shot again. Watch.
Fucking man.
Thank God.
I was very much worried about going up out there. This is the best spot, I ain't gonna lie. This is AIDS.
Yep. Go around the corner. Let's take the south side. Drag his body around the corner.
I got the doorway covered.
Thank you.
Fuck!
The fucking no, don't pick guys on the second floor at least. Window.
Nade goes out.
Wow.
Not quite close enough to take out anybody.
I'm gonna pick you up.
Alright, you get those guys on the south side.
Say that.
Hey, thank you guys.
If I got you.
Another window is these buildings. Open these guys up.
Alright, Gabe, if you're gonna complain about everything.
Speed dropping off some extra supplies for the defenders. I think he got rotor, but he was able to save the heli. That was a god-awful sound. Like, Speed will be able to save it, though. Like, Speed will be able to get the rotors back on. A hot drop led by JC, Vox, Evil Monkey, Baker. Valiant effort, but Cav is just on top of the game and they're able to rush that attack. Looks like they didn't know the hab was here though.
Oh, she got me enough.
No, I gotta take care of that victim.
I probably.
Seems like CRF's been able to hold the ground they've taken so far on the southwestern side, but they just can't get any more ground taken. I'm not sure CRF for correction if the CAF made an adjustment to the defense or if they're stalling there or what the strategy is. Here's an airstrike coming in. too sure what that was on. You can see CRF still maintains control of the southwestern portion of this objective, but they're just not able to get any more ground. I don't want to jinx it, but I do think CAF will get the point from holding this.
so occupied that we're actually stuck in here.
Yep. We die in this hole. We're dreadnought.
Looks like Calf has quite the defensive strategy. CRF wants to take this radio. They'll have to go up the staircase. Not just one machine gun bunker, but two. Now, granted, both can be dug down from below.
Right? I can fucking
All the
hear
enemies
again.
just went, where'd they go?
But here in local comms, it does seem like they've almost given up. Thinking maybe CRF knows that they're not going to take this point, so they're just going to spend a little extra time setting up fortifications on the next objective. Hearing explosions way off to the west. Looks like that phase 3 has gone live. Military barracks is going to be out of play. Just as a reminder, these are our 2 active objectives. We're going to have the 2 M121 mortar trucks in the southern objective. Obviously the enemy radio up in the northern objective. CRF will have to defend both of those. Seems like they're already taking mortar fire. Not entirely sure where from. Look down south. They've opted to put a mortar truck on the roof. And one down below. Definitely an interesting strategy. I do wonder if an airstrike aimed west to east would possibly hit both trucks under and above the building. Very interesting.
We're having a build, mate.
What'd you say, man?
Now that CAS 50 cal actually can kill this mortar truck. Although I do think if somebody jumped in the mortar truck, they would kill the CAS with their own 50 cal a little quicker. Modern is correct, he has not yet hit a single person with that minigun. Surprised nobody's jumping in that 50 cal to stave off the CAS enemy. Unrelenting mortars coming down on this hilltop objective. Just don't think they realize they're not hitting anything. Or I could be wrong. Might have been the enemy hab location, and it's just already been mortared completely down, even from sticks. Because I'm not seeing a hab right now. It's like CAF is sending primarily a push down the north and northwestern side of the hilltop objective. Check back in south. Too far. Both mortar trucks still stand. See as the assault continues. The unrelenting mortars are definitely causing some trouble for the defending team here. They've now switched to smoke rounds, causing even more confusion. I still don't think they've managed to get a secondary hab up either. Already got CAF in the radio room. Some friendly fire.
Get the engineer.
Dig.
Engineers down, help.
Alright, we got security posted.
Cover. We're reviving in here.
Okay.
Again, Slate barking orders. The delegation of duties. We got people picking up the combat NG and holding defense.
No, there's like a squad for
This objective falls very quickly. Half assault. That's just going to leave the mortar truck emplacement as the last objective of the match.
Hey, combat engineer, barbed wire.
Take a look back at the map, and they kind of did exactly what I was talking about. Like, we favored that western push. It's making excellent use of this cover, these tree lines. We're able to get right up to the objective. Wait, not to mention the mortars completely wiping the enemy spawn before they even started the assault.
That was quick as fuck. Grandma, where you at?
He's right, that was quick.
Oh yeah, boys.
Thank you.
Oh hell yeah, Jay. Hell yeah.
Some celebratory music already.
We're so bad. No,
Yeah.
stay away. What the fuck?
Hiding those stats tonight, I see.
Get away.
Fuck him.
Once again, the frames are dropping like crazy. Not sure what's going on there. Admin calls out that the resistance fob has officially been captured on Hilltop. Juggle Snot kills 4 friendlies with a grenade. It's like they're trying to find their way down to the southern objective rather quickly. Now, with that objective being taken, I do believe that gives Slate's team the win. Could be wrong. There could be a complicated point calculated system, but the other team failed to take that resistance post. Slate's team was successful. So, come to think of it, if this team can hold the mortar emplacement, that's a point that the other team was not able to get. Like the Coyote was able to take the UAV out of the sky, I believe. That tow missile falls just short of taking out an enemy helicopter. We have a full helicopter. Possibly. Maybe not. Oh, just misses that heli. Mortar barrage coming in. MBT's able to get a shot on one of the coyotes as well. He's going for a heli hot drop. Man, there goes my frames. Ow. That mortar barrage took out one of the mortar trucks, left the other one slightly damaged. Let's take it a third one, it looks like. And heli insertion came under immediate fire from, looked like, coyote. The coyote manned by C-Dub and Bag. We've got Kirby and Finest in a little bit of trouble as well. Both gonna die from the vehicle burning out. We missed it, but I think the other team actually used their mortar barrage right after the first one. They kind of just blended together. That tank is still firing. Let's see if we can spot him. I'll use that. Oh, I think I see a name. Maybe Jordan Belford and possibly Tex. Excellent line of sight to the objective. Uncle and Foofy playing cat and mouse. It's followed up by it's like a full squad pushing in from the north side of the objective. Getting caught up to their east by a full defending squad. Toe goes out. Sure exactly what on. Interesting, both teams put a tow in placement on the top of the exact same building.
I need the 50 up.
I'm cocking, I'm cocking.
Get 50 up, 50 up. Leroy, why were you
Toe takes an MBT round. I think the toe was focused on a lav 6 possibly.
Well, I don't go into the
Cita putting in the work on that Coyote. Able to drop 3 or 4 infantry there, assist his infantry to push out of the objective, keep that onion defense up. CRF's actually just doing an excellent job of defending the southern objective, despite not really having many placements or defensive positions to speak of. They're just doing a great job at pushing out to the contact before it gets close to the objective. Almost suggests that Cav had a new assault, maybe down here to the east or far west even. CRF continues to defend their mortar truck emplacement the way they are. The winner may actually be decided by to take that other objective first, as in how fast they took down the mortar emplacement the first round compared to how fast this team was able to take down the hilltop objective. What we're seeing here is 2 whole squads off to the north. Seems like C-Dub sees them too.
Bitch ass.
Good fucking kill, bro.
You're better than
I got a bandage.
Seems like Cap's making some good headway on the west side finally. They are getting caught up to the far west, which is not what we want to see. Seems like they placed a spawn point west. That might be why. Starting to finally trickle in from that west side. Edom Bag suggesting position to actually defend the western side. Edom's actually able to see the enemy past that compound on the hill further north. We've got us 2 coyotes defending the west side of this objective. And unbeknownst to them, there's a Lav 6 up on the bridge to the northwest. Again, my frames are just getting eaten. See the sharks attacking the underground fiber optic cables again. Comes another mortar barrage on the west side. good mortar barrage, but a little bit further northwest, and he'd probably got 10 more kills. Like the Lav and Coyote finally spotted each other. Lav 6 is able to get the first few rounds off. C-Dub pops 40mm smoke grenades and he is out of there. Not liking what he was seeing. It's definitely the smart play by C-Dub and Bags here. I think if they can get onto a rep station, push back up with Tex and Wrecker, they can easily take that Lav 6 2-1. What we have here is another mortar barrage coming in, actually, or artillery barrage at that. This one might hurt. Could be wrong, but like True snuck into the enemy mortar truck position and is driving it out. No one's noticed. Might be trying to get it blown up by the arty barrage. Not only did he blow up the first one, but he's driven the second one out in the open. Now, there really is nothing. There's really nothing CRF can do. There's no way to get him out of this driver's seat without blowing the vehicle up. The only thing they really can do is just pin it down to where it can't escape this compound. There you go. Carry out, able to clutch up and track the vehicle. That was really about the only thing that they could do in that situation. True jumps up into the 50 cal Vic, starts ag dumping an already destroyed mortar truck. Amsel's able to run up and kill him out of the Vic. As Carryout's saying, they really need to get that vehicle repaired and back inside the building. So much going on the west side. True is able to one-man army sneak in on the east somehow. Speaking of west, Cat is really finally starting to make some decent progress on the west side of this objective. TRF is able to untrack that M121 and they are now putting it back in the building. Now, I don't know if it's against the rules, but if they put a rep station here, probably repair it back to full health. It would even help if they sneak, if the Cap's able to sneak sporadic AT rounds in there.
Is there a horse?
Looks like we have a live on Coyote fight. Coyote gets the first few shots off, but I just don't think it's enough with that higher hit point. of the Lav 6. He is able to engine the Lav 6, so if that other Coyote's able to sneak up, he can probably finish it off, and it looks like that's what he's about to do. He does. Well, it seems like the Lav 6 has just disappeared from existence. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened to that Lav 6, but it is gone.
Accidentally did a heavy.
Pancake sending out some placed mortar rounds in his first round that happens to impact a friend. Pancake switching over to smoke rounds. May have been what he initially intended to send out. Jungle's able to clear out that holdout on the western side, make room for his almost to push in, but fire team's pushed up from the south side and they're giving him trouble up in the wood line. There go my frames again. Probably all the lovely smoke particles we have. With barely any frames, I'm gonna try to get you guys over to the mortar truck building because it seems like CAF has finally made their way up to the building and even into it.
I don't know how you hit me there.
So with my stop motion animation live stream, I'm gonna try to get the best angle for you guys. Looks like we might have Mailmere with the CRF in the driver's seat of the vehicle. Modern runs right by enemies. It's so hard to see what's happening.
I don't know how that missed.
Action.
I know, Gabe, you gotta pull back now. What are you doing?
F6 actually ramped up onto the top of the Coyote. Bringing his rounds ineffective as it shoots the wall, but the Coyote's probably stuck now. That suspension is maxed out. Now shaking violently. I'm interested to see if this goes into orbit. Oh. What happened? actually able to get the coyote. I'm stuck. With mortar rounds, they were able to finish off the coyote, it seems. Gonna have to start a fundraiser on the channel so you guys can donate me some frames, because this is just awful.
Everybody's coming for the west on the bridge.
Huh?
It's like mortars have shifted their targets to the mortar truck building itself. I do think that is a smart call. That's going to keep people from pushing out of that building. SL is just trying to provide some suppression.
Oh my god.
Smoke mortar's coming back in. Might be prepping for a... preparing for a western push.
I got a kill. Girl slimy though. I think
Cav trying to make a little more use of their helicopters, but it's too many guys posted up with AT and machine gun bunkers ready to accept them. Does seem to be a pretty substantial push on the west, southwest side, even northwest. Really fanned out front on the west side. CRF even has some guys back behind this push contesting that radio that they're attacking off of. Definitely slowing them down on the front.
The winter pretty different. Sorry, I let you.
Yeah, I think CRF has this point locked down. I just don't think CAF is going to be able to sneak in. And just like that, admin calls index. CRF is able to successfully hold the objective. That last mortar truck still standing. With that, we're gonna pull it over to
What happened there, Gabe?
a little bit of a intermission screen as I go get the results, and I'll be back shortly with the declared winner and loser of this event. Alrighty, I'm back with the results, and both rounds, both rounds, CAF was able to hold their last stand on military barracks. On the first round, CAF was able to destroy the mortar objective to the south, but not the hilltop objective to the north. Second round, CAF was able to do the opposite. They were able to quickly wipe the hilltop objective, but they just could not take the southern mortar emplacement objective, though they did take or destroy one mortar truck. But this is ultimately going to be called a tie by the event admins. There were too many, small details that could be scrutinized to find a tiebreaker, so they just chalked it up to a tie. Yeah, it was a great event from the perspective. Perspective. I liked it. I hope you guys liked it. Like what you saw. Maybe be a part of these events in the future. As I said earlier, feel free to join the Discord at discord.gg/7th Rangers. Request an interview, become a guest, become a member even. Hop in, see what it's all about. We're always looking forward to growing the community, accepting new players. We offer trainings, we offer events twice a week. Just good old camaraderie and fun in the pub matches. So that is your host, Crazy Dave, signing off for the night. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and I'll catch you next time.